Hello racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, and along with Drew Forster, we're going to go through the Friday night races, August the 30th at Hastings. There are 7 races scheduled for the Friday night program.
Our last Friday night of the season. Friday nights have been quite a success. It's a great atmosphere. We've had great weather. That should continue this week. It's supposed to be nice on Friday. Before we get into the Friday card, though, we looked back last time at the 2-year-old boys sales stake division from last Friday night. Now we're going to look at the 2-year-old girls, which one is the 6th race on the card. The horse to keep an eye on here is the 5 Architecture. Carrying a 2-race win streak into this race. This was her second win. She had 2 seconds. One on BC Cup Day. Came back, was the favorite here in the sales stakes. That's her in the shadow roll near the outside. The
Swift Colors.
Swift Colors. A horse that ran a good race here is worth noting is the 1, Elusive Lily, out of the Jody Rawson barn.
Yeah, this horse was game.
She ran a tough race. She was
out there fighting on the head end.
Yep. With Quiet Finality out of the Patty Leaney barn. That's her on her outside. And 22-2. That's honest fractions for these 2-year-old fillies.
Hey, did you notice covered up down on the inside? Phil Hall's runner. And the Architecture just cruising out too wide. Going to angle spot, 3 wide here.
Yeah, in a very good spot. And Quiet Finality now, she makes a bit of a run, Elusive Lily, but she can't quite keep
really
up to
pushing her though.
Yeah.
So it's taking a
toll on Elusive
Lily. But here comes Architecture, kind of cruising up.
46 flat.
And Enrique just kind of, I know he changed his goggles around here or something, and he's riding pretty confident that he's going to get by this horse. And
and it looks like he is, but Elusive Lily fights tough.
Yeah, she's game down the inside. Left-handed whip here.
Comes out to her under
Antonio
Reyes. And
but Architecture
fighting back.
This was a good stretch drive.
It was.
But Architecture gets up for Enrique Gonzalez. Swift Thoroughbred.
Gets her by about a head or a neck. They came down the lane in 6-4, which is very nice for 2-year-old fillies.
That was a good run, and congratulations. She'll head into the Sadie Diamond Futurity as one of the choices.
She'll be the second pick, I imagine.
Yes, I think behind Arabelle is Muse, if all goes well. But 7 races on the Friday night program, as we mentioned. Let's get into the opener. Field of 7 2-year-old fillies, 12-5 maidens going 6.5 furlongs. I'm going to go to the outside horse number 7, Balancing Dancer. A couple of good runs going 3.5 furlongs. Then was asked to run in the debutante against Architecture and Habida and Hey Did You Notice. And this horse didn't get away well, was stuffed in behind horses and just didn't seem comfortable. I like the way the fillies come back to work. A lot easier company tonight. I just think Balancing Dancer is going to take advantage of a bit of a pace in here and could be pretty dangerous. Richard Hamill will ride Balancing Dancer tonight. I put the 2-horse Aber Be Gone. I'm going to give her another shot for owner-trainer Donnie Rowe. This horse battled on the head end, got very tired late, but she bled. She goes on Lasix, and hopefully she'll be able to hold it together a lot better, and Abrigon could get the job done under Freddie Manrique. And I put the 3 Macawao with blinkers on in for 3rd. She ran 2nd last time. It wasn't a particularly quick heat, but still, there's room for improvement. It was her first run in 2 months, and she's getting an equipment change. Anytime you see changes on these horses, you want to stick with them. And I went 7, 2, and 3, but I think the class-dropping Balancing Dancer is the one I like.
I put No It's a Lie, the 6-horse of the Troy Taylor barn on the top. Very strong numbers for this bunch. She has the highest buyers. Was running in much tougher races against Lady Strike, Almost Too Much Fun. Horses that have cut themselves out to be decent 2-year-olds here on the grounds. Now she drops into our lowest level for 12-5, and I think that makes her quite dangerous. I'm going 6.5 too. I don't think she's really a 3.5 furlong horse. And the Costa believes the 2-year-olds are running quite well right now. Second spot, I put Balancing Dancer, the reasons you mentioned, coming out of a sales stake, on BC Cup Day, in for 12-5. And Macawao for the very hot Pat Jarvis. Just got beat a neck last time for the same price. Looks to be pretty dangerous in here too. I got 6, 7, and 3 in the opener. On the next maiden 5 for fillies and mares, and I have gone to the 6 Lips for the always hot Roseanne Anderson barn. Rosie having a very good year. Just got beat a length for 12-5. Now drops down to a $5,000 level. I figure that makes her very tough. The second spot I put Whistler, a daughter Rosberg out of a very well-bred mare this time tomorrow. The breeding here is here. She ran once and ran a very good second, Nancy, 4 maiden 5, and I think in her second start she's going to get quite a bit out of that. She gets in very light with 106 with apprentice Marnie Williams aboard. And as I keep mentioning, Pat Jarvis's barn going very well right now. And the third spot I put Medea, another dropper out of here. Just got beat 2.5 lengths in the same race that Lips is coming out of. She moves to Aaron Grider, nothing wrong with that. Medea looks good in here too. I got 6, 7, and 5.
Yeah, I've gone to just the horses that were running for more money. I agree with the 6 Lips. This horse should have won last time. It was 3 and 4 wide the whole race.
Yeah.
It was not a great trip at all for Lips. And if this horse, even if it gets the same poor trip, I think it'll win anyway.
Should beat these ones.
So I think Lips is your horse. I put the 5 Medea coming out of the same race. This horse was wide out and didn't get the best of goes, and Medea could be, if Lips doesn't win, I think Medea is definitely your second choice. And I put the 4 Lovers Lyra in for third, also exiting the same race. And I think the Princess of the Ring race is stronger than the Nancy race, and that's pretty much why I've gone to those horses over like Whistler. I went 6, 5, and 4, but I do like the 6 Lips. I think it's a pretty good key in your early pick 4s or pick 3s. On to the third race, we have some maiden 5 granders going 6.5 furlongs. I went to the 8, Whose Daddy Is Dad? Another one class dropping. You'll see a lot of this at this time of year with only about 14 racing days left. You're going to see horses take these drops and get out of those mid-level claiming races and get down and try and win one. And I think Whose Daddy Is Dad? Good third place run to Block Or and Irish Romeo, but it was just too fast. And gets in against horses he has to beat if he repeats that race. Whose Daddy's Dad? It should be a short priced winner. Put the 4 horse Bite Your Tongue in for second. Had a lot of chances, but this horse should be on the board. And the 1 horse Scroll Work shortening up to 6.5 after cutting some pretty lively paces going a mile and a 16th. And this horse went 6.5. The 6 furlong call was in 1:13 and 3, and a lot of these horses barely can run in 1:13 and 3. So I like him. I'm going to give him a shot for third, but I do like the 8, Whose Daddy Is Dad. I went 8, 4, and 1.
Well, Mike, you said it all.
Next race.
That's it. Yeah, I got the same horses.
Yeah, it's kind of that. It is obvious.
It looks pretty good. Whose Daddy Is Dad? This is the dropper, as you mentioned. He looks tough. Bite Your Tongue's the horse who's been battling it out kind of higher, dropped to this level. He looks dangerous too. And Scroll Work, for the reasons you mentioned, out of the hot Dino Connolly Sporting. 8, 4, and 1. I got the same horses. Moving right along.
Moving on to the 4th.
On to the 4th. 3-year-olds and up, claiming 4,000, going a mile and a 16th. I've gone to the 2, Yes He's Trouble. Been running much higher earlier on the year. Won for 10,000 against 3-year-olds. Against older horses. He's 4-year-olds, of course. He drops down to the $4,000 level, and he looks like he's going to be pretty tough in here, out of the Pedro Alvarado barn. Had trouble come up with the second horse. I ended up going with Vying for Glory. Just got beat a length and a quarter in this race to Lord Henry. He finished ahead of Minstrel's Time, McPherson's other horse in here. He gets Scott Williams aboard from apprentice Alex Marty. I like that move. And in the third spot, I went to the outside to the 8 horse Halo's Quest under Robert Skelly. Just got up there to win his non-3 last time. He still fits this condition as it is a non-4 or non-winners of the year. So Halo's Quest looks pretty good in here. Got a good number last time. I got 2, 1, and 8.
Yeah, I like the 2. Yes, He's Trouble. It looks like he's found a good spot. He's been running against much tougher company and actually performing quite well with some tough trips. He's been hanging, as the comment says, in some of his races, but those horses are running on at the end of the race, and he's facing a lot easier competition. I put the 4 horse Minstrel's Time in for second. I thought he ran the best of anyone out of the Lord Henry Vying for Glory race. He had the bad wide trip against slow fractions. The pace was slow. Lord Henry went wire to wire. Vying for Glory had a good trip just in behind, and he ran second, but Minstrel's Time was traveling well at the end of that race, was back early, and then had to make a big wide move. I thought, for my money, the 4 is better than the 1, for their last, if you're judging their last race. And I put the 6 horse Now Act. I just want to respect his speed. I don't know if he can go this far. He's going 6.5 to 3.5 to now 8.5 furlongs, but this horse, has some ability, and I was pretty impressed with his runner-up effort to Dog Rock 2 starts back. Who's to say he can't run long? He's by vindication out of a Gone West mare. Maybe he can, but he's going to get the lead. And that's the part that scared me. I don't want to leave him out. I don't want to leave out a horse that's going to be loose on the lead. Just because he hasn't done something before. I don't want to totally just draw a line through him. So I'm going to give him a shot. I went 2, 4, and 6 in the 4th. On to the 5th race. $4,000 non-winners at 2, going a mile and a 16th. I landed on the 4, Crossrail Court, an obvious pick, a good runner-up effort to I'm Famous last time, and a pretty quick final time. And Aaron Greider re-rides. It's it's his 3rd run this month, but still, hopefully there's another good effort. And they're owned by Dr. Lois Philp, and I pass along our condolences to the Philp family. I know his son Jamie Dimitrick, a big
Very
big part of horse
business,
racing. Actually, the whole family is. But Jamie, I know, is a big part of Todd Mountain Thoroughbreds. You'll see them at the sale in a couple weeks' time. But condolences to the Philp family on the loss of Lois. But hopefully this horse does get the job done for the family, and that would be very fitting. I put the 8-horse Jackman Road in for second. I'm going to draw a line through his last race. He had the inside going 6.5. He needs to route, and I think he can get a good spot on the outside. Scott Williams re-rides for owner-trainer Alan May. And I put the 6 Golden Flash in for third, always in the mix, Golden Flash. And we should mention Robbie Anderson, convalescing.
Another one. It's been a tough week.
It's been a tough week for the horseman, but Robbie was in an accident. He was out with his wife Suzanne. They were out horseback riding between Hope and the toll booth up country, and had a bit of an accident. And he's cracked some or broken some ribs, and he has a collapsed lung. But he's doing okay.
But he's in good spirits.
But he's in great spirit. I know. I went to see him in the hospital yesterday, and he looked tired, and it was a tough go, but hopefully a speedy recovery for Robbie, and hopefully a Golden Flash runs well also. But I went 4, 8, and 6.
I agree with the 4, Crossrail Court. I don't see anybody coming in here that's scary. He's facing pretty much the same competitors that he handled last time, just couldn't quite catch I'm Famous. So he's a logical pick in here. The second spot, I put Circle City. Here's a horse who was favored last time, didn't run a jump. This has happened a couple times, very few times I should mention, to Dino Conolinos this year. Where horses just absolutely show nothing, and they've come back and run very well. I think of Iskar and among others who've come back to win. He puts Freddie Manrique aboard, so he gets in with 110, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse make some noise in here. And third spot, Jackman Road for our good friend Alan May. As you mentioned, a horse who always seems to be right there. Toss out his last, puts him in the mix here. I got 4, 3, and 8. In the 5th, on to the 6th race. Nice little race. 3-year-old fillies going 6.5 furlongs for $17,500. I've gone to the 7, Courtroom Kiss. She ran against older mares last time in an allowance race and won by 3/4 of a length. She's pretty tough. That was a while ago. That was back in May. But just on pure ability, I think Courtroom Kiss is a horse to beat. The second spot I put Always Red on Sunday because I could see a fair bit of speed in here with Curie's Gal, with Courtroom Kiss. There's definitely Princess of the Ring. There's going to be some speed in here. I just think Courtroom Kiss is good enough to put those away and keep going. And I can see Always Red on Sunday come along to pick up the pieces. I don't know if she can catch Courtroom Kiss, but she'll be making noise down the lane. And the third spot, Curie's Gal, who's obviously very tough. She won for $15,000. 2 starts back, then tried going long in a stake. Wasn't for her. Drops into this spot, which looks pretty good. But I just think they're going to be going too fast. I think Courtroom Kiss is better, so she'll hang on, and I can see Curie's Gal getting tired, so I put Always Red on Sunday in second. I got 7, 3, and 5.
Yeah, I went to the 5, Curie's Gal. I think she's going to get loose. I'm going to gamble that she gets loose because she certainly needs to be loose. She can't be hooked. If she's hooked, she's done. She's really shown no affinity for being able to be hooked and run on. So I just think she's going to get clear in this race. And Courtroom Kiss, I don't know where she's been. She's got works on July 7th and 50, and then August the 5th and 104. That's like 25 days ago. I just can't see her being the same filly she was that she won, but maybe she doesn't need to be for 17.5. I'm concerned about Courtroom Kiss, and my feeling is she may not even make any impression on this race. Pace-wise, I think Curie's Gal gets loose. I put the 6, Honey Skila, in for second. I would take them both.
You like Honey Skila?
I do. I love that horse. But Honey Skila gets back into a better spot against straight 3-year-olds. Ran against older mares last time. Wasn't disgraced behind some slow fractions. They want to have a good final time. But if Courtroom Kiss does get involved and really pressures Curie's Gal, then I think Honey Skila is your horse that'll benefit. I put the 3 horse Always Red on Sunday in for third. I thought a good claim. This horse was closing in on a very good Pine Walk last time, and I thought it was a good effort from her. And stepping up, but I think she's as good or better than a lot of these anyway.
And these races, when they come up, everybody kind of goes into them, so it's not a big jump. Like the 8,000 to 17.5 sounds like it's a bigger jump than it is, but it's really not that big a jump. Everybody kind of goes in these races when they come up.
And gets Aaron Greider, so that certainly won't hurt. I went 5, 6, and 3. On to the 7th and final race. Got some fillies here. Fillies and mares in a non-winner is a 2 for $4,000. going a mile on the 16th. I ended up on the 4 Bilbao. This horse ran against a lot tougher
This one will
company.
be a short price.
Yes, it will. It hasn't gone long in quite some time, but I don't think it'll matter at the 4,000 level.
Yeah.
Been steadily prepped for Dino Condolinos and the Swift Thoroughbreds, and Antonio Reyes re-rides that runner-up effort to Courtroom Kiss, and even the 5th to Saturday Night Ride. I mean, those are good races.
Yeah.
Those are way better than these horses, so I got to go to her to win it. Put the 2 Haida Gwaii, good runner-up effort.
Improving,
Pretty obvious on form, at the distance, ran well. You got to have her on the ticket. And the 3-horse Blue Minnow, a pretty convincing score last time, really looped the field. I know it wasn't a particularly tough crew that she beat, but still, I think the stretch out will help her. I think you'll see a better Blue Minnow even, but we'll see if it's good enough to threaten Haida Gwaii and Bilbao. I went 4-2-3.
I agree with 4. That's my best bet of the week
Yeah.
is Bilbao. She looks like an absolute lead pipe engine here. I put Haida Gwaii, as you mentioned. That's the logical next horse in here for second. And I put Nana Mac, the 1 horse under Robert Skelly, in for third. Finally started to put it together last time. Ran a good race and just got by Cheeky Cheetah. I think that was a tougher race than, say, like Blue Minnow was coming out of against PSN
Right.
Cash. So an improving Nana Mac, I think, is going to make a close and maybe get up and pick up the pieces. I went 4-2-1, but 4 is your favorite in this heat. I think she'll win. That'll do it for our analysis of the Friday, August 30th card, our last Friday of the year. So thanks everybody for coming out on Friday nights. Up next will be our picks. Mike, as always, will be first.
There we go. Back in race number 1, I'm going to try the Robbie Anderson runner balancing dancer, 7-2-3. In the second race, went to the 6 Lips, 6-5-4.
You got the Hamill pick 3 there.
Yes, I do. And whose daddy is that? 8-4-1 in the third. The fourth race, number 2, Yes He's Trouble, 2-4-6. In the fifth race, the 4 Crossrail Court, 4-8-6. Sixth race, number 5, the Speedy Curious Gal over the 6 Honey Skila, and the 3 Always Red on Sunday. And the seventh and final went to the 4, the short price, likely short price Bilbao over the 2 Haida Gwaii, and the 3 Blue Minnow.
And up next, there we go. In the first race, I went to number 6, No It's a Lie, over the 7 and 3. In the second, number 6, Lips, over the 7 and the 5. In the third, I went to the 8, Whose Daddy Is Dat, over the 4 and the 1. In the fourth, I went to the 2, Yes He's Trouble. A lot of the same picks we got here, Mike. Yes He's Trouble, over the 1 and the 8. In the fifth, number 4, Crossrail Court, over the 3 and the 8. In the sixth, I went to the number 7, Courtroom Kiss, over the 3 and the 5. And in the nightcap, I went to number 4, Bilbao, over the 2 and the 1.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. We wish everyone lots of luck on the Friday night program. Don't forget, racing at 7:15 on the Friday night, 7 races on tap, and our next live card, and our next show will be aired on Friday afternoon.
Yeah, we're going to do it Friday afternoon.
For the Monday
Yeah.
Labor Day program. So we're going to do the show Friday afternoon. We'd actually take entries on Friday morning, so we'll get a quick little scan of the form and do the best we can for you for the Monday Labor Day program, which I'm not too sure how many races we're going to have. Could be in the 8, 9, or 10. Depends on how things fill. But our next live card will be Monday, September the 2nd. On behalf of Drew, thanks for tuning in here for Handicappers Corner. We'll see you next time at the Derby Bar and Grill.